Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have another diamond in the rough. His name is Justin Blazek. He's an edge rusher out of Wisconsin, Platteville. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so definitely a guy that we really need to get to know. I mean, small schools guys do make it to the league, and you might be the next small school guy that might actually hear his name called, on this upcoming draft. So we might as well get to know you, buddy. So tell us where you're from and walk us through this thing a bit.
Yeah, so I graduated from Neuqua Valley High School in Naperville, Illinois. Um, I played football, basketball, and baseball there. It was a fairly big school. I graduated with 927, I believe, in my class. So that made the transition to college definitely a lot easier.
Interesting. So pretty decent sized school. How was football there, by the way? I mean, successful or what, man? Talk to me about your high school days.
Yeah, so my senior season, we were 5-4 regular season. We made the playoffs. We had just missed the playoffs the year prior, and then we lost to Warren, the Blue Devils, in the first round, unfortunately. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of great players. Actually, one of my teammates in high school, Brant Stair, I play with at Wisconsin Platteville as well. So that's been really cool.
Cool. I was trying my best to look up that old roster as well. Looks like Mark, what's his name? Granowski.
Yeah,
He's a quarterback at South Dakota State, so certainly a guy who's had some success. So you've been through that system, and now you're at your university doing your thing, trying to make a name for yourself. So let's continue. Again, you had mentioned basketball, baseball, football, played a lot of different sports growing up. But I mean, of course, football was it for you. Why football? Why do you love this game so much?
I got involved with it just because my father had played football, so I grew up watching the sport, and I had always wanted to play, but he wouldn't let me play until around third grade. He would let me suit up, but so that just kind of made me want to play even more, not being able to. And then I just dove right into it and never stopped.
Well, where did your dad play?
He played at Ohio University in the MAC.
Cool. Well, I mean, hey, it's nice to be able to follow in your dad's footsteps, and I don't know, maybe perhaps go a little farther. We'll see.
So
But cool. So you ended up going to UW Platteville, and again, Division III school, WIAC conference, and so talk about like your journey to your university. How did that work out? How'd the whole recruiting aspect work out for you?
recruiting was a confusing process as it is with everybody, I'm sure. I knew that I wanted to pursue an engineering degree, so that really kind of limited my options. And I knew Platteville offered a great program for engineering, so put two and two together, and that's how I ended up here.
Gotcha. So, I mean, I'm assuming your degree is in engineering.
Yep, I'm a mechanical engineer, and then I put got a minor in business administration.
Nice. Well, those things will hopefully help you down the line. What do you see yourself doing once your football days are done?
I worked as an intern as a project manager this summer at PGT, which is a company down in Florida which works with hurricane resistant windows and doors. So that was kind of neat being I was sort of the middleman between marketing and engineering and manufacturing. So that was pretty cool being able to see all those different facets. That would definitely be something I'm interested in.
Great. Well, let's shift gears. Let's talk a little bit more about football. So, talk about your guys' defense. I mean, if I were to say, "Hey, Justin, describe your defense," how would you talk about it?
Our defense is fast, it's very physical, and we play together. Everybody is everywhere. We care for each other and it makes it a whole lot easier to play for each other.
And what exactly is your role in that defense? I mean, I realize first that you are a team captain, but what is your role, man? I mean, what are you doing out there?
just trying to be somebody that the younger guys can look up to and that the guys my age respect and want to be playing with. It's something that I've been able to do with the relationships that I've built at Platteville, and I really enjoy it.
Well, and then of course, you're an edge rusher in that defense. So, um, are you always rushing the passer? Do they have you dropping back occasionally? How's that working out?
Yep. So I do both. I rush the passer, I set the edge, drop into coverage, whole lot of different things they got me doing.
Sure. So, how would you say you're different than everybody else, man? What do you feel is like maybe you're better at, better attribute, or what's the best thing about you is basically what I'm alluding to.
The biggest difference I'd say between me and other edge rushers is I came into college as a wide receiver tight end. So I had not been playing a whole lot of defense. Last year was my first full season of just defense. So with that, I had to learn pretty on the fly. And that took a lot of time, but it was also nice to be able to understand the offensive side of things so I can understand blocking techniques and where wide receivers want to get to their routes at. So that's definitely helpful on defense.
Yeah, when I was trying to look you up on Huddle, I'm like, there's this guy that's playing tight end. What? It was kind of throwing me off a little bit because I mean you're asking, you're looking for an edge rusher, and I think there was another Blazek in there at some point, likely a brother, I don't know, but ended up being a tight end there, and end up molding yourself into the player that you are today, which obviously you're an All-American edge rusher. And I think a lot of people have their eyes on you right now. Really a lot of good things happening for you personally. Recently on the Shrine Bowl watch list, and um, a lot of other these watch lists and stuff. So let's just kind of continue to talking about all these good things, man. Because I mean, you're setting yourself up for a good season, and hopefully getting yourself an opportunity to play in the NFL. So it's definitely interesting. Um, so again, a lot's changed. You had mentioned, you coming in as an offensive player. Now you're a defensive player. How did that transition happen?
I was just running routes with the receivers one day, and the coach who recruited me, Patrick Sheehan, was just wondering, "Hey, Blaze, let me see a pass rush real quick," just out of nowhere. And so I went down against some of our old linemen and had a couple successful pass rushes, and then they started to transition me over.
So I guess they had a need, right?
Yeah, they must have.
So they had a need, and they're like, come over here. We'll see what we can do with you." So,
Mhm.
interesting. I mean, I know you're still striving to be a better player. What have you been doing this off season in order to push yourself to the next level?
So all season I've been training down in Florida with Damon Wilson and Mike Jones and Dree Archer. We do a lot of weightlifting, and then I'll do speed work with Dree, and I'll do D line work with Mike Jones and Omari Phillips as well.
Cool. So nice to be able to get some work in with some guys like that. Justin, let's be real for a second. So you're a small school guy. And I think that some people they're gonna look past you because of that. And so just kind of want to get your response to that. Let's just, I mean, again, this whole mentality that maybe he doesn't play anybody or something, like what's going on in your heart, in your brain when you hear those things?
I'm super okay with that. I know what I can do, and I know the work that I do. So I don't need eyes on me. I'm gonna do the work. Um, it'll speak for itself.
Yeah, I mean, there have been guys out of your conference that have gotten drafted. So it is something obviously that is you know plausible that could certainly happen at some point. I mean, again, you're on all these watch lists. People have their eyes on you. So there is certainly a possibility that you can be in the NFL one day. I mean, when did it maybe first click that that could be a possibility for you? Was it last season or what?
still hasn't really clicked, you know. It's always been a dream of mine, and right now I'm just trying to be where my feet are at. I know I've got a lot of work to do this season, and I'm just really excited to get back on the field with the group of guys that we have. So I know that if we accomplish our team goals, all the individual success will come with that.
Cool. So, what is your outlook on this season? Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So, there's always a lot that's happening. Each and every year there's turnover, new coaches here and there, and what have you. So, what is football like there for the Platteville Pioneers?
We've got high expectations for this season. We've got a lot of leadership coming back. Our head coach, Coach Munns, will be going into his second year as a head coach, but he's been with the university for 20 plus years. We run through a wall for that man. We've got a lot of guys coming back on defense and offense, so we're really excited for the experience that comes with that.
Cool, cool. So, I know you've been already a part of a lot of great moments, but you mind sharing one of those with us? I mean, maybe best game, even a play that you can walk me through.
The most memorable play would be our last defensive play against Whitewater this year at home. They were down fourth and long near their own end zone, and Tyler Bacon, the other defensive end, pushed the quarterback towards my side, and I wrapped him up and brought him down as he tried to get rid of it. Ended up throwing an incompletion, and that sealed the win for us. So that was a big game against the number 3 ranked team in the nation at the time. So that was super exciting.
Well, cool. I mean, Justin, you had 9 sacks for yourself last year, which is pretty nice. I mean, you have maybe that magic number that you're trying to attain this upcoming year, or what?
I wouldn't say there's a magic number. I believe the single season record at Platteville is 16, so that'd be really sweet to get. But I just need to focus on finishing plays more because I feel like I left a lot on the table last year. And I definitely want to be the sack leader this year. I came up short last year. That's one of my big goals.
Well, 16, I think, is attainable. Let's be real. I think that is something that you might be able to get to. I mean, you were actually named defensive player of your conference last year. I mean, first team all conference, all American, all this other stuff. When you think about what you have achieved so far, what is the one thing that you're most proud of that you've achieved during your time there at Platteville?
I'm really proud to have been a captain since my sophomore season. That just shows the kind of relationships again that I built with my team, that I can just be somebody that they're proud to be around and hopefully look up to. That's one of my proudest achievements.
No, that's something obviously to be proud of. I mean, being one of these guys that people look up to. So, cool. Definitely appreciate that about you. So, let's go ahead and kind of step off the football field a little bit. I'm kind of curious as to who this guy is. So, can you talk to us a little bit about maybe some of your I don't know, hobbies, interests, other passions in life outside of football? I mean, anything else people need to know about this Blazek guy?
Wouldn't say there's a whole lot. I like to just spend time with my family and friends. I got a dog and a cat back home that they're fun to be around as well. Both of them are rescues, so they're all over the place. But I suppose a hidden talent of mine, I can solve a Rubik's Cube pretty fast.
Cool. Not many people can do that. The only way that I could do it is either, cheat with my phone, download an app, or take them damn stickers off. So that's the only way I can do it. I'm sorry. So, cool. Well, that's kind of nice. Justin, have you ever thought about perhaps like using this game of football as a platform for something else? Like, is there maybe a charity or cause that you might be looking to put forth your efforts? Again, by using football as your platform.
Well, as you said earlier, I was on the list for the Shrine Bowl prospect games, and I know they do a great job with the Shriners Hospital giving back there. So I think that would be really cool to be a part of if I were possibly to get invited to the game, and to be around that charitable organization would be very cool.
Well, I mean, you were also added to the All-State preseason good works team. So it seems as if you're already doing something like there in your community. I mean, what's going on? Why are you on that list? Is basically what I'm asking.
We had went the high school had asked a couple of our guys to go and just talk to the kids and try to introduce them to sports and promote the sport that we were in. So myself and a couple other athletes from different sports of the university, we went in there and we had some interviews with the kids and we sat down and it was just a really fun day and hopefully we can do some more of that.
Cool. Well, it was nice to hear that, you had made that one as well. I mean, I know everyone wants to be all American and stuff, but I mean, being acknowledged for, your good work is certainly something to be proud of. So cool. A couple other things again, just kind of non-football related, just for fun. So um let's say couple quick, like maybe one word or one line questions. So um if I were to say, Justin, what is your favorite comfort food? What comes to mind, man? Is there maybe a meal that maybe a parent makes for you, or maybe a local restaurant that you like to, go to every so often?
I really like French toast. I'm a big breakfast guy.
French toast. So what kind of French toast are we talking about here? I mean,
I'll just
are you putting anything extra on it or what?
no, just butter and syrup.
Okay, definitely straight to the point, fairly simple. I'm all right with that. That's a decent one. Um what about oh, I don't know. Let's say let's I'm gonna throw this one your way. I mean, because there's not too many people there at Platteville that I know. So if I were to say if you had to pick three of your teammates and it's like the zombie apocalypse, which guys there would you love to have in your corner?
I would definitely take Sam Smith. He's the linebacker behind me. He's a crazy man. I would also I'd also probably take Brant Stair. He's real quick on his feet, so he'd be able to run around him real fast. The last one, hmm, maybe Garrett Shoemaker. He's a real big body, real strong kid. He'd fight him off.
Cool. Well, nice to be able to have some guys in your corner. I like that, and also giving a shout out to a few of your buddies there. So awesome, awesome. What if I don't know? Is there a celebrity that you would love to meet someday, whether it be an actor or a musician or even a football player or athlete?
I think it'd be really cool to meet TJ Watt and just pick his brain because we do a lot of the same stuff. I see him dropping into coverage every so often, rushing the passer. That would be neat.
Cool. Well, Justin, you're in a situation where maybe one of these days here, very soon, you may be able to play alongside guys like, TJ Watt. So, definitely interesting. I mean, growing up in Naperville, I mean, who were you a fan of, man? I mean, I kind of default maybe to like Chicago or something because it's Illinois, but I mean, who were you a big fan of growing up?
Yeah, definitely the Chicago Bears.
Cool. I mean, was there a guy growing up there that were like a huge fan of? You got somebody's jersey in your closet or something?
I don't actually have too many jerseys, but Devin Hester was a huge part of that Bears Super Bowl team when they went and returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Oh, definitely one of the like best moments ever in a football game in a Super Bowl. I mean, you start things out and yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome moment there for sure. Devin Hester, he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion. So
Oh yeah, he should be for
um,
sure.
cool. So, Justin, let's go ahead and work towards wrapping our time. It's been fun getting to know you and your story. I mean, again, guy out of Naperville, was a tight end, now an edge rusher, now a guy, coming off of an All-American season, ready to go out there once again and prove to everybody why he belongs at the next level. So, um, go ahead and talk to all those scouts out there and tell them why you do, and why you would make a great addition. So go ahead and close us with that.
I think I would be a great addition as an NFL player because I'm just in love with the work that comes to be successful as a football player. You can't just roll out of bed one day and snap your fingers and be great. It takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of coordination with your teammates as well. You know, everybody has to do their 1/11th in order to be successful, and I understand that. So I think that's what makes me a great player. I'm a hard worker, and just love seeing the hard work come to fruition.
Well, I mean, I think that you're at this point, Justin, where like I don't know if you've truly met your potential yet. I mean, you're fairly new to defense. You're fairly new to rushing the passer, and I feel like your ceiling. We don't even know where that ceiling is right now. But what I do know is that scouts have their eyes on you, and people are going to be watching you this season, man. So make the best of it, man. Best of luck, and keep in touch. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Jimmy.
Sure, no problem. Justin Blazek, edge rusher, UW Platteville. So check him out.